Come on.
Oh, good morning, little turkeys. Good morning, little turkeys. Happy Monday. Let's see if this is cooled off enough for me to drink it yet. Oh, just right. All right, guys. Let's party. Let's see. That Bat is here. Bylonic, Kirby, Timid Kitten, Shotgun Fox. We are taking Tylenol today, but make sure to wait. We have to all come up together, okay? San Diego Retcon is here. Lavishly Lavender, Bard Barbarian, Josh, Frick the Pirate, Caramelized Onions, Jasail, Graham, Scones and Jam, Bard. I already said hi to Bard. Get out of here, Bard. Venko is here. Marty is here. Dopamine is here. DZ is here early. That's a surprise. Kaylee is here. And let's see, we got Pumpkin Pyrite, Inky, Jerbear, Dairy Rose. Oh. Grayson, Scones and Jam, Timid Kitten, Ryle Kittenhouse. They are 1 inch. I was actually bitching earlier today, Ryle. It's funny you say that because I ordered some Sasquatch plugs in August and they still haven't come. They've been saying being delivered on Monday since August. And so I emailed the guy and he was like, it looks like they got lost. I'll resend them on Friday the 10th. It's now the 13th and they have not been resent. So I'm going to leave a really shitty review on Yelp because I'm fucking pissed. I was really hyped. They're like stained glass Sasquatch plugs. Super mad about it. But what are you going to do? Inky is here. Miss Jasmine is here. Awa is here. Oh no, Angel. Oh frick. Z is here. Casper. Wakadora. Soursin. Aora. Hysteria. Sealies. Big Nerd. I also can't read, so if I read your name wrong, sorry. That's just the way it is. It is just the way it is. How was everybody's weekend? Did everybody have a good weekend? I don't like glass. I like acrylic. Acrylic is preferred. Oh, card posting. I hope that you're well. Cosmic is also here. My girlfriend is the moon is here. Oh, Ronan is here. Yeah, they're like designed like stained glass. I wonder if I can find them really quick. Let me see if I can find them really quick. Everybody had a good weekend? Good. They're these ones right here. For some reason, Etsy does not want me to look at these. I guess I'll just save the image, whatever. Just kidding. It won't even let me. Why? Okay, I click on this and it says your access is blocked. For what? For what? There we go. Now it's working. Jesus Christ. I don't know why that didn't want to work. They're this. They're fake. They're not actually glass. I don't like glass plugs. They're too heavy. This is what they look like. I got the Sasquatch ones, but they are not here. I was really excited for them. I was very excited for them, but they never came. So that's pretty gay. Oh. Seems like the weekend was mixed reviews, unfortunately. Very sad. Yeah, happy Canadian Thanksgiving and happy Colonizer Day for my Americans. Since when is Columbus Day not a federal holiday? Since when is this not a federal holiday? Okay, it is a federal holiday. You just don't get it off work. Okay, whatever. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave some really shitty reviews. I'm gonna have to leave some really shitty reviews, guys. It's my religion is Christopher Columbus, so yeah. I don't know since when it's not a you don't work day. I don't know since when that happened because I always thought you got Columbus Day off, but I guess I just imagine that. I don't know. I don't know. I would vote for Donald Trump to be president for a third term if he made like Trump Day once a month and nobody had to work on Trump Day. I would vote for Trump for another term. I would do it just to get, a day off of work once a month. That sounds awesome. I would totally do that. That sounds great. That sounds great. Never Andrew Jackson. Never. Never. Okay, you guys. So the good news is that my keychains were a fucking hit, bro. My keychains were a fucking hit, bro. I got quite the haul. I got quite the haul this weekend. So I got a bunch of these side quest cards. These are I got to be honest. The first time that I saw these, I didn't understand the hype because you like buy packs of them. They're like trading cards, but for DJs. I really didn't understand the hype. But I guess the hype is that like certain DJs will only release certain sets of them. So like for Lost Lands this year, they only released 20 packs. So if you get a Lost Lands 2025 card, that's like really rare or whatever. And I was like, I guess. So I got quite the haul. So I got, oh, thank you. My light. So I got a Lays one, and this is what the back of them look like. And then I got a Subtronics one, and then I got this one. I don't really know what this one is, but I got this one. And then I got two of these lizard ones. Well, it's a turtle, I guess. I don't know what he does. I got a Slander one, and then I got my other lizard one, and then I got this one. I also don't know what this one is, but I'll take it. And then I got an Ahi one. So great haul. Great fucking haul on that one. And then I got lots of other fun things. I got this dog on a necklace. I got this dog on a necklace. It's one of the ones that you can like roll. It has like the little thing. The only thing that I hate about these is everybody makes these on stretchy strings. So you have this on your neck and you're getting like hit in the fucking face with it. So that wasn't very cool, but nonetheless, the dog was pretty. I was pretty excited to get the dog. I also got some trolls. I got some trolls. So big fan of those guys. Very cute. Very slay, very demure. I got a little keychain. Very fun. So much fun. Love her. I got another balloon animal dog. These are very in right now. These are very in right now. I don't know why. I got a little mouse. The smallest mouse you've ever seen. The smallest little mouse that you've ever seen. I got a lot of bracelets too, but I already put those away. And then got a Volpitron poker chip, which fucks. Awesome. We love her. And then I got one of these fuckers. I don't even like Bob's Burgers, but I got this. And again, we're on like this stretchy string. And so like the whole night you're like, psh, psh, which kind of sucks, but this was pretty sweet too. The keychains were a hit, you guys. The keychains were a hit. Big return on the keychains. That was definitely the vibe. And then I got a bunch of really sick bracelets, but I already put those away. So those were already put away. Yes. A mouse for ants, yes. It's very fun, very fun. Lots of really good returns. Great returns. Love a little craft, you guys. And then I've decided that I'm going to continue to make keychains, and then I'm going to make tarot cards for when I go to see Level Up. I'm going to make custom tarot cards, I think is what I'm going to do. I've kind of already started working on those. I haven't finessed them yet, but I have started working on those. And then I saw this, you guys. Also, they're doing $15 bottomless mimosas at Denny's. So if anybody wants to go and get kicked out of a Denny's with me, that sounds awesome. I'm totally down for that. I'm 100% down for that. Also, Anima was at the Pyramids of Giza this weekend, you guys, which is fucking awesome. Sometimes they do shows at the Pyramid of Giza. And of course, not a single phone in sight. Everybody's just living in the moment. I would like sell my child on the black market in order to go and see Anima at the Pyramids of Giza. I would do it. I will trade, one child for a ticket to go to this experience. That's Anima playing at the Pyramids of Giza, which would be, again, just a life-changing fucking experience. It was a bad weekend to be a raver because there was what's the name of that festival? It's called Night Hearts. That was this weekend, and it was Skrillex, B2B, ISOXO. Both of those are like just phenomenal. Obviously Skrillex, duh. And then ISOXO is like really big as well. That would have been fucking awesome. And then also it was Grizz's festival this weekend, 7 Stars. Grizz was on hiatus for like 3 years, and it was his first performance back, and so he did like his own festival in Virginia, of all places. But he did his own festival, and I didn't get to go to that either. So I was like crying and rolling around on the ground, but whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. Very terrible. Very sad day. Very sad day. I did see though too that it's actually I'm so annoying because I go to shows sober, and so I'm horribly annoying because I hate being around other people that are like too fucked up to function. I don't care if people are like drinking or partying or whatever. It doesn't bother me, but when you're like too fucked up to function, I get so irritated. And this entire weekend, it was like 9 o'clock at night, and people were puking and like running into people and just like so fucked up beyond recognition. And it's like, it's 9 o'clock. You're ruining my time. Stop fucking touching me. Stop running into me. You can say excuse me. It won't fucking kill you. It's an epidemic of people getting way too fucked up at shows. If you cannot make it safely to a garbage can or a toilet to vomit, you need to go home. You need to go home. That's my hot take. If you are too fucked up, I'm a big fan of security kicking people out, because it's like, if you are that fucked up, you need to go home. You're ruining everyone else's experience. The fuck was that? I'm scared. Oh, it's the cat toy. That's what that was. It hit the door and I was like, I'm being robbed, but it's the little electric. I got like a cat toy that has a battery in it, and it like zooms around or whatever. And it hit the door and it scared me. It frightened me. It frightened me. It frightened me greatly. I also saw a post that people at Night Hearts were walking around like elbowing girls in the face. I think that we should start beating people's ass that do that. Like if I'm at a show and I see some random person elbow a random girl in the fucking face, we're I'm gonna elbow you in the face and see how you like it. People are so stupid. Ugh. I'm trying to stay plur, you guys, but there's too many drunk people. There's too many drunk people. I can't have plur when everybody's fucked up and puking next to me. Well, I don't even understand the allure of getting that fucked up at a concert that you paid a shit ton of money to go to. Like, you want to be that drunk that you don't even remember the concert that you paid so much money to go to? It doesn't make any sense to me. It's tacitly insane. We were at a festival a while ago and my wife got hit in the head with a rock. And it could have been somebody could have thrown it, somebody could have kicked it. I don't know. My theory is that somebody was in the back and was drunk and was just picking up rocks and throwing them into the crowd. That's my theory. But if I had seen someone throw a rock, I was like, we would have gotten kicked out of the concert. Like, you cannot just be throwing rocks into a crowd of people. That is deranged behavior. That is deranged behavior. That is like you're going to get jumped. That's crazy. That is insane. I've seen so many videos of people that are fucked up and they just throw like whole cans of beer into like a sea of people and they think it's hilarious. It's like these people should be getting their ass beat. They should be getting their ass beat collectively. It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. Yes, I'm obviously a Slytherin. Obviously. No, it's a huge waste of money. I don't understand why people do it. You pay, X amount of money to go to the show and you're so fucked up that you leave at what, like 10 o'clock and the show goes till 1 a.m. Sounds stupid. It was probably like this big, probably. It was like a decent sized rock. It was a decent sized rock. It was fine. Like, she ended up being fine. It just, like, scared her more than anything. But I was like, dude, we need to hunt down and find this person that's throwing rocks. That's fucking insane. That is actually insane. Simply fight them. Simply beat their ass. Simply beat their ass. It's all these tourists. I feel like such a pretentious asshole, but it's like all these really young people, like Gen Z, is getting into raving and stuff like that, and they come to shows and they just don't have any etiquette because it's like a different culture at raves, and they just don't understand crowd etiquette, and it drives me insane. It drives me insane. It's like, this is my safe space. I need you guys to behave. I need you guys to do some cursory research before you engage in these environments because you're pissing me the fuck off, okay? There's a very specific set of, taboos that are unique to raves that are not normal at other concerts, and you guys are fucking killing the vibe. And it's making me really fucking upset. Ugh.
Malcolm has all the
Oh,
IQ of a
Jesus
baked
Christ.
potato, so no, I don't think so.
Drunk wars ara dit truth, actions tu sumatimes. Xus bo peuple rili ara.
Thank you very much, Ono Angel, for the $5 dues and the jump scare. Everybody witness, please. Let me turn down my volume a little bit. That scared me a little bit. That was a little loud. Scared me a little loud. I hate being around people that are too fucked up to function. It drives me crazy. I don't mind if people want to party. Like, that's totally cool. But if you're sloppy, you have to chill out. You have to slow down.
Malcolm has all the IQ of a baked potato, so
Very
no,
sad.
I don't think so.
Very
Aba
sad.
to go to work, sad. Aba agu otastram.
Thank you very much, Miss Jasmine. I'm very sad to see you go, but love you long time. Everybody witness Miss Jasmine, please. Show etiquette in general is crazy, but like at raves, it's such a unique crowd culture, and there are some crowds where it's just like, this is not it. This is not fucking it. I don't get it. Like, one of the reasons that I like going to raves is, like, a big part of it is actually crowd culture, because I've never met like a more polite, respectful, aware crowd than like at a rave. It's not really like that at other concerts unless you're like in the pit. You don't really get that kind of community vibe or whatever at other concerts. But like that's one of the big reasons why raving is so appealing to me. And it's really disappointing that over time I've noticed the quality of the crowds deteriorate. There are certain shows that I think are predictable where you're going to be like, okay, this crowd is going to be dog shit. Like thinking about John Summit, Dom Dalla, Tipper, who are some of the other ones? Um, Mostly like house music. House and drum and bass, the crowds are not very good. The heavier the music, the better the crowds are. So like bass shows are almost always good. You can almost always assume they're going to be good. And then same with like hardstyle, those crowds are usually really good as well. But like the more housey and like poppy and like D&B the show is, the worse the crowd is going to be. And I totally know that and I'm aware of that. But when I go to bass shows and people are acting a fool, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is not a John Summit show. What are you doing? Why are you acting like this? Why are we all drunk frat boys? That's not what the crowd here is supposed to be. I'm very, very concerned. I love hardstyle. I think that hardstyle is like the natural progression. Like normally people start with house music, then they listen to D&B, then they listen to dubstep, then they listen to rhythm, and then the natural progression, of course, is hardstyle. Yeah, I think hardstyle is like the natural end of music journeys. I think everybody eventually ends on hardstyle. I think that's where everybody ends up. Raves are fucking awesome, dude. Big fan. First rave. It depends. If you don't mind my asking, Stevie. Well, actually, I guess I don't even need to know where you live. Don't tell me where you live. I don't want to know where you live. There's an app. It's called EDM Train. It's like that EDM Train, and you can download it, and it will show you different shows that are in your area, so you can sort by like a city. What I would do is I would kind of find a genre that you like. So there's multiple different kinds of genres, but I would just kind of like look around, shop around, see what generally you like, and then I would pick like a couple of small shows and just go to them. My first rave was like a big festival, so that is, but I'm used to going to music festivals. Like that, it wasn't like new to me. I wouldn't recommend really that people go to music festivals for their first rave because they're expensive and they're kind of hard because you're usually camping or it's like 3 days worth of music and it can be a lot. But depending on where you are, you can go for like 1 day. So if you're anywhere near Arizona or Denver, every year for New Year's, they do a festival called Decadence, and it's 2 nights for New Year's. It's the 30th and the 31st. Those shows are really, really, really cool if you're able to go. I would say that you should probably go to a decently sized artist for your first show because the production value is really cool. But that's what I would recommend is if you get that app, it's called EDM Train, and you just kind of look around. There's plenty of like little venues that will host artists, and tickets are like $20-$30. Big festivals, you're looking at $100 for one night. For all nights, it's like 200. I think Thunderdome last year was 250 for all 3 nights. Bigger festivals, you're going to pay for more, but there's like 100 artists that go to these shows. So if you think about it pragmatically, you buy a ticket to go to a show for $100 and you see 6 artists. That's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good deal. So that's what I would do. That's how I would recommend that you do it. I would say to download that app and just kind of like shop around and see what you like. And then find a couple of small shows and then go and try it out. Yeah, that's what I would say. Festivals are really, 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 really fun. Festivals are fucking awesome, but they are quite taxing and they are quite expensive because normally you're going to camp. You don't really get the whole experience if you don't camp. And they're expensive and they're difficult because you're like camping. It's not like you go home and take a shower and go to bed and then come back the next day for more music. You're like in a tent. You're sleeping in a tent. Everybody's loud. Everybody's up. Everybody's rowdy. If you like metal shows, I would look up YVM3, Nimda, Healing Flash, Who's the other one that I'm thinking of? Murata doesn't really make music anymore. Hang on, let me go to my Spotify. I'm putting these in the chat for you, Stevie, because these are like metal-ish guys. Solomon King, I guess. You would probably like Solomon King as well if you like metal music. Where's my EDM playlist? What are some of the other ones? Because there's a lot of producers that mix like heavy metal and dubstep. That's like a thing. Sudden Death. What else we got in here? Benda. That's a good one. YVM3 is really good. So is Nimda. Nimda is fucking awesome. I would start here. This is what I would start with, or Kaizo. This is what I would start with. These guys are like metal-esque. They mix metal and dubstep. They're pretty heavy. And so it's kind of a similar experience. Delta Heavy is another one. These guys are all metal-esque. And the heavier the show, the better the crowd is. So it would be a pretty easy transition. I know that metal shows are kind of similar in the sense where it's very, everybody kind of like looks out for each other, right? Like if somebody gets like knocked down, everybody stops to help the person that got knocked down and shit like that. You know, at like any other kind of concert, it would be like you're on your fucking own. But it's the same kind of community vibe, I guess I would say, at metal shows and heavy dubstep shows. It's pretty similar. So those guys are good. I would recommend that you just kind of like shop around, find somebody that you like, and then go and check them out. And most of those guys aren't really expensive. Sudden Death and Sullivan King are big producers, but I don't think that their tickets are that expensive. Let's see where the next place Sudden Death is playing is. Let's see. Okay, so he's in Austin, Texas on Friday. Let's go and see how much tickets are. I don't know if you're in Texas or not, but let's just, oh, this is a festival. We don't want to do that. Let's go Sudden Death tour dates. Because we don't want a festival. Let's just say that Sudden Death is playing at like a random venue. Okay, here's one in Nebraska. Let's just take a peek and see how much this would be to see Sudden Death in Alaska or Nebraska. $25. $25 to go see Sudden Death in Lincoln, Nebraska. So unless you're going to a festival, they're really not that expensive. Unless you want to get like VIP. But if you don't know the artist, the VIP really isn't fucking worth it at all because you're not going to appreciate the VIP experience. Like you're going to meet these people. It's like if I met like a Chinese movie star, I'd be like, cool, I guess. Like, I don't know you. I can't really like appreciate or respect your work. You know what I mean? Canada does have really good concerts as well. A lot of producers are actually from Canada, surprisingly. My legendary advice, if you guys are ever able to, it's very expensive and it's very difficult. It was like going to war. Shambhala is the coolest music festival I've ever been to in my entire life. It changed my life 100%. Like, not to be annoying and gay, but Shambhala's in Salmo, in BC, changed my life. Really fucking expensive. It was like you're fighting for your life. You're in the woods for like a week straight. Changed my life. Changed my fucking life. It was awesome. It was awesome. Another one that is in Canada is called Base Coast. That's another really good one as well. But that's what I would do. That's what I would do. That's what I would recommend. That's what I would recommend. Peeling Flesh is really good. They don't make as much music as I would like, but they are quite good. Nimda is also really fucking good. He always gets fucked over. He always plays like in the middle of the day. And he deserves to be closing festivals. I think he closed Lost Lands, but Nimda is so fucking good. He deserves way better than he gets. Base Coast is definitely on my list. I want to go to I want to go to Burning Man and I want to go to Ultra really bad. The only thing that I don't want to say about the only reason I don't want to go to Burning Man is you do all of that for house music. If the music was better, I would do it in a heartbeat, but the music is not good enough for me to justify that. It's certainly not. I don't know if Arlette is going to do her job. Is she should be working right now. She should be on the clock. Arlette, hello? 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 I'm literally replaying the alert, and okay. Hey, Casper, thanks so much for the gifted membership. Congratulations, Stevie. Everybody witness. Yeah, the music is not worth going to Burning Man. I would like to go for the experience. I would like to go to like say that I went, and because I'm sure the experience is something phenomenal. But it is like actually fucking brutal for house music. I'm gonna be doing all of that for what? I also really want to go to DEF CON.
Malcolm
bad.
has all the IQ of a baked
Oh,
potato.
convenient. Thanks,
so,
Arlette.
No, I don't think so.
Fucker.
Only 30 licas, my lord.
Thank you very much for bringing this to my attention, Casper. Everybody, please like the video. There's 130 of you guys here. There's literally no reason there are not 130 likes on the video, unless you're transphobic. Everybody witness. Thank you, Casper. Dude, I have two. People die at Burning Man like every year. That's pretty normal. There was a dude that got electrocuted this year. There was also somebody that got murdered this year. And then last year, or not last year, the year before last year, there was another flood, kind of like what happened this year, and somebody died there as well. A lot of people get electrocuted when it rains on the playa because obviously people are not electrical engineers, and people will come down there and jerry rig like all kinds of, crazy art installations and shit like that. And so they obviously get electrocuted because they don't know what they're doing. I want to go to Tomorrowland in Belgium. I want to go to DEF CON. Those are the two that I really want to go to. I want to go to the caverns really bad. And also the boiler room. I would love to see a boiler room set. But DEF CON is definitely... DEF CON and Tomorrowland are on my list, certainly. My wife does not like hardstyle that much. I really like hardstyle. I would love to go to DEF CON. I wonder if I can find this video. Oh, I can't spell it right. It's like it's like with a Q. It's like Def Quan. That's like how it's spelled. Def Quan, Amsterdam. They spell it weird. Yeah, it's Def Quon. DEFQON. Oh, it's this one. This is the one. Is it? Because there's like one video where the crowd moves in like perfect unison, like all doing hard step at the same time. It's beautiful. It's like art. It's like art. I gotta see if I can find this fucking video. I don't think it's this one, is it? Yep, it is this one. This shit is insane. I would do anything to be present for this. This is so cool. PPA, put those hands up! Here we go! And it's just everybody at the same time moving in unison. It's awesome. It's so cool. Oh, I wish that was me. I wish that was me. I'm going to go to Lost Lands next year. No. Lost Lands in 2 years. Lost Lands in 2 years. Next year, I want to do... I think next year I want to do Dance Fest. I think. I don't know. I have like a whole fucking list that I want to get through. Because I go to Base Canyon like every year, and it's like, been there, done that. I could probably travel for something cooler. Like traveling to go to that every year is fine, I guess. But there's so many different festivals. You know what I mean? There's so many different festivals. would be so awesome. And I totally understand that for people that don't have the kind of autism that I have, that just sounds like noise. I totally understand that. I totally understand that that just sounds like noise, but I totally understand. And I respect that. You know, not everybody has good taste in music. That's completely fine, I suppose. But it's, I definitely want to go to DEF CON so desperately, so desperately. I saw Sarah Laundry this year. Love her. Fucking love her, bro. Oh my God, she's amazing. Amazing. Sarah Laundry is the GOAT. Oh, fuck. Let me turn this down a little bit, because this shit's about to be loud as fuck. Hang on.
That is a bad kitty.
Oh. Meow, meow, kitty. Love. The other thing I was gonna say too is, if anybody is, where is this venue again? I think it's in Minneapolis. Yeah. If anybody lives in or around Minneapolis, you guys, Rez is playing on February 21st at the Armory in Minneapolis. Tickets are like $70. Go. Don't walk, run. Don't walk, run. Okay, to go and see Rez at the Armory. I'm considering going. I'm like $70. You just sleep in the airport. That'll be fine. If you have the ability to go to a Rez Portal show, it'll change your fucking life. It's insane. It's like the coolest shit I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. That is so awesome. Which one is this one? Where's the one that I want? No, not this one. I'm trying to find this very hyper-specific video. Is it this one? I guess it could be that one. But this is like, so there are certain artists that I believe that you should only experience live. You should only ever experience live. And Rez is one of those artists. Her visuals are incredible. She puts so much work and time into this, and it's like a cinematic experience. It's actually fucking incredible. This was the craziest shit I have ever seen with my own two eyes. And this screen is 90 feet tall. It's fucking insane. It's meant to be seen, like performed live. If you can go to her Portal show, do it. Don't walk, run. Let me see if I can find. Like, this shit is just so fucking cool, dude. It's insane.
Relax.
And it's like 90 feet tall. The shit was like touching the fucking ceiling. It's so insane. It's like you're being abducted. It's so cool. It's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome, bro. It's crazy. Yeah, if you ever have the opportunity to see Res, do it. Res is breathtaking. The coolest thing that I have ever seen in my entire life. Ever seen in my entire life. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, it's at the Armory. It's on February 21st. It's in, what did I say? Minneapolis, Minnesota. No, Minneapolis. Is that what I said? I don't know. It's called the Armory. Res is playing on the 21st of February. Tickets are like $78. Definitely go. Definitely go. It's show-stopping, incredible, and brilliant, you guys. It's well worth it. Well worth it. What's up? What is up, Washa? How are you? All right. I don't have a ton on the itinerary today. There was a video about a cult that I have been wanting to watch that I'm kind of leaning into. I think that might be the one that I end up watching. It's just been very slow for drama lately. It's been very slow. There hasn't been a ton of crazy shit that's been going on, tragically, which is very sad. It's very sad to see that people are not, you know, feeding me content. I want people to be feeding me content. That's what I want. But everybody's been, I don't know, kind of boring, I suppose, lately. I don't know. Very boring lately. Let's see if Lewis has done anything lately. Yeah, Usagi. I was waiting for you to come and read it on stream, but you were doing something. I don't know. Usagi is gonna drop a nuke on me later, so there will be a nuke later, you guys. There will be a Malcolm nuke later. What the fuck is YMS? I don't even know what that is. It's true. We did have a lot of crazy drama. Very true. It is. We have to appreciate the lull in content when it comes to us because shit has been popping off like crazy lately. I did. I guess we can do this really quick. Last week, I think it was last week. Oh, your movie sucks. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Oh, a movie reviewer. I do love movies. Tell me more. I'll do this really quick while you guys tell me about it. So last week I made a little shit post and everybody took it very seriously, which I love. I love when people take my shit post seriously.
Who is this Calvin Garrar? Who is he?
Congratulations on your 3 consecutive months of membership, Mamacita. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Witness. It's interesting if you find Vasha's drama interesting. Oh. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I made a shit post last week. People have once again fallen prey to my shit posting on twitter.com. So I posted this. I was shit posting. It says, newly appointed king of all trans people, the Op Block has issued a royal decree that Lily Orchard is not trans. So.
I'm crazy. I don't care about Lily's pronouns. I'm usually very good with this. Lily is he. You want to know why?
So I made a shit post about this. Obviously, everybody thought that I was serious about this. Obviously, I don't care. I just think it's funny that Valji pretends to be like super soy and woke and shit like that, and he's not. But that's what's most funny to me is I can't stand a fake bitch. I can't stand a fake bitch. If you want to be woke, stand on business. You don't get to selectively decide when you're going to be woke. It's like when really woke people attack me for like being trans or whatever. It's like, pick a lane and stay in it, bitch. Like, it's so annoying. But anyway, so Felgi was on vacation, and apparently everybody, again, I shitpost, and everybody takes it really seriously. So I don't know. He made a response to this, apparently. I think the only reason he made a response is because Sai said something about it. And again, I have done nothing but antagonize all these situations and then Sai gets in trouble. I love it. She's my fall bitch. But Felgi posted this.
Since people have been speaking on
Let's speed this up a little bit because I don't have time
my
for this.
behalf, I thought it would be helpful to clarify my actual position. Many people have discussed my take on Lily Orchard in the past few days, and the topic of Chris Chan often arises as they're frequently compared in online spaces. My opinions regarding the questionable nature of Lily's transition stem from reading text where
I really love that this is like a scripted response to a shit post. I think that's so funny.
Lily actively makes predatory advances towards a former friend through catfishing. Additionally, Lily's written works fetishize incest, pedophilia, and bestiality in an attempt to attach those paraphilias to lesbianism. Furthermore, Lily also exhibits a pattern of avoidant behavior and groups these fetishes and paraphilias into her written works as a form of self-expression. If that's all, then Lily would have no issue reading Stockholm in a full-on live stream. To my knowledge, this has never occurred. In contrast, Chris's situation is far more documented, with extensive information about the influence and interactions Chris has had with and on the internet. This remains a topic of debate for me, as I defend her transition and preferred pronouns while acknowledging that some may find them
Dude, imagine gendering Chris Chan correctly, but not Lily Orchard. Has Lily ever been arrested? Has Lily ever actually, like, fucked her mom? I mean, like, imagine defending Chris Chan over Lily Orchard. Both of them can go, to hell. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean, guys? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If anything, you could, hypothetically, make the argument that Chris Chan is more of a fake transgender than Lily Orchard. You could make that argument, You very much could. But I think the thing that people forget is that there is tactical utility at the very, 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 like... So take all the woke shit off the table for a second. There is utility in gendering these people correctly for one reason and one reason alone, is that it convinces people to take the allegation seriously.
Malcolm has all the IQ of a baked potato, so no, I don't think so.
Thank you Sai for buying the reason everything is wrong in this world. JK, love Sai actually.
Thank you very much for the $5 dues. Everybody witness, please. Like, this is like an argument of strict utility, okay? The people that misgender Chris Chan and Lily Orchard, they already fucking hate them. They don't care. They don't need to be convinced. The people that do need to be convinced are the people that are going to curl up and shrew if you misgender them, okay? There is utility at the very least. Even if you don't believe them, even if you don't respect them, there is utility in doing that because the message and the community safety report, as KP would call it, gets to more people if, you do that. That's my 2 cents. And it's like, who fucking cares? Like, everybody loves using a tactical they, them for trans people they don't like. You can, at the very least, do that for fucking Chris Chan.
dubious. While I believe Christine is trans and I respect her pronouns, I accept some may not. If anyone does not, the question would come down to influence, mental illness, delusion, and disability versus fetishization and possible trauma.
Also, I would say that Chris Chan is, like, way more fucking delusional than Lily Orchard. Chris unironically thinks that they're, like, fucking Jesus Christ. And that they're going to bring about the interdimensional merge and turn into fucking Sonic. Sonichu.
To me and many others, gender is a spectrum. I've held to the belief that you don't necessarily require surgery, HRT, and the like to feel out of place within your own body and question your own gender identity. This stems from the stark realization that for many, it is neither affordable nor legal to do so where they live.
Wow,
I'm genuinely thankful for the trans and gender nonconforming people in my personal life and the friends I've made online who have informed me of that opinion over time. In my personal opinion, it is Lily's sociopathic behaviors and clear, premeditated history of fetishizing transgenderism and lesbianism.
Transgenderism. It's transgenderism, which also isn't a word. It's transgender. It's this. This isn't even a real word, but that's what it is. Transgenderism. You're a mental health expert, ladies and gentlemen.
For nefarious purposes that led me to my conclusion. I won't be power scaling the claims and crimes that either has committed because that was not a deciding factor in my perspective, and it makes light of what those victims have endured. Nevertheless, I will still refer to Lily as Lily since that name is recognizable to a broader audience. Since people have
Very brave. Thank you, Falji, king of trans people. I love when my shit posts beget effort posts. I love that. I love when my shit post gets people very seriously responding to things. Obviously, I don't fucking care. I just think it's funny, and I think it's, I don't know. The selective wokeness is hilarious to me. Like, if you're gonna be woke, babe. Like, let's not wish-wash on our wokeness. Let's be consistent in our ability to be woke. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that was the double down.
Malcolm has all the IQ of a baked potato, so no, I don't think so.
Falgi. Is pronouns ara C/R.
Very much so. Thank you, Scones and Jam, for the 2 European things. Yeah, we're not doing Christian conspiracy theories, guys. It pisses me the fuck off that you guys will endlessly talk about it in Discord, and none of you are Christorians. Not one of you is a fucking Christorian. Okay, so shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You guys don't even know about his Christian's metaphysical vagina. Okay, you don't know about it. You don't know about it. So just worry about yourselves. Worry about yourselves. European things or whatever. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Okay, what was this cult video? Okay, this is the what? Okay, so this guy, how long are these videos? Let me see. Let me see how long these are. I want to see how long they are. Is this Your Movie Sucks thing kind of like, is this at all similar to In Praise of Shadows? Oh, because that was a phenomenal crash out for me. Because you guys know how much I love. Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn minute. Furry degenerate lolly defense. Animal lover allegations. What the fuck? I thought this was about a movie reviewer. Hang on. Whoa. Hold on there, bucko.
Malcolm has all the IQ of a baked potato, so no, I don't think so.
Garlic chicken or spaghetti for dinner?
Spaghetti. Obviously, Casper. Duh. Thanks for the 2, witness. What is this one? Perpetual victim, not safe for work Twitter. Unhinged begging. Why my video was briefly removed. Bad faith out of context. Doubling down lolcow. I thought that... But you guys, I wanted to talk about... I thought we would talk about movies. I thought we would maybe talk about movies. I guess that was my bad for hoping that that would happen, I guess. I don't... Okay. Huh. All right. Okay. I guess. I suppose. All right. Dude, that's crazy. Dude, that's crazy. I watched I found there's like a documentary that's only on like Canadian HBO Max or something like that. I don't fucking know. It's like a Canadian documentary on Ed Gein, and I found it and I watched it, and there was a lady in that documentary that had a PhD, and she was a horror movie expert, and I was like, that's me. That's me. This bitch is out here living my dream. This bitch is out here living my dream. A horror movie expert? That's her job? No, girl, that's me. That's fucking me. What the hell? What the hell, dude? What the hell, dude? That's me. I'm the horror movie PhD expert. Shut the fuck up, white lady. Silence, white woman. Lion King is... never mind. I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that for later. Oh, terrible. Okay. Let's do the movie review. Let's do the movie review. Let's do that. But first, more coffee. Don't talk to me until I've had my second cup of coffee. You know? Horror movie recommendations. Absolutely. I have an entire list in the Discord, actually. Let me see if I can find it. If you go to the Discord, joining the Discord is free. Okay. Discord is free. Okay. Free and fun. Free and fun. Okay. In the Discord, I posted a master list of all of the movies that I enjoy. Let me see if I can find it, because I put it in here somewhere. I guess I could do... It's actually called Horror, or let's see, in Horror from me. Yeah, so I have a whole ass fucking message in here. So these are some of my favorites. So you can refer. I think that it's pinned. This should be pinned. It's the very first message in the chat. I think it is pinned. So slasher movies, Sorority Row, Hellfest. Um, I really like the Rob Zombie Halloween remakes. No, I have not seen Weapons
Malcolm
yet.
has all the IQ of a
On my
baked
list.
potato, so no, I don't think so.
On my list.
So did you say weapons yet?
It's on my list. I will see it soon. Thank you very much. Awa for the 2. Witness. So hang on, where was I here? Sorry. So I really like the Rob Zombie Halloween remakes. The new Hellraiser is actually really good. The new Carrie is also really good. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is good, but I really prefer the Jessica Biel ones, to be completely honest with you. I think those are way better. The Collection, The Collector are good. Monster movies, I like The Ritual. I really liked The Descent, Antler, Train to Busan. Annihilation is not technically like a horror movie, and that's a little bit more sci-fi. I don't really love monster movies; those are not my favorite. Possession of Michael King is probably one of my favorite supernatural movies. Bring Her Back shook me to my core. To my core. I like had a visceral reaction in the movie theater. Bring Her Back is really fucking good. Talk to Me wasn't that good. It's by the same people that did Talk to Me. Literally visceral fucking reaction to Bring Her Back in the theater. That's a really good one. That's on HBO Max for free right now. I like The Witch, Sinister, Hereditary. The Possession is good. The one where the girl gets like the Dybbuk box. That's a pretty good one. I actually liked Exorcist Believer, but you can skip like the first half an hour of the movie. It's completely irrelevant. You can just jump in at like an hour. The Possession of Emily Rose was really good. I like Prom Night as well. Dead Silence is probably one of my top 10 horror movies. That always makes it in top 10. Autopsy of Jane Doe is really good. Demonic is really good. And then there's another one. It's Demonic and Exeter. Those are two really good. Not so well-known ones. As Above, So Below, always in my top 10. Hell House LLC actually scared the shit out of me. Probably one of the best found footage horror movies I've ever seen. Houses That October Built is actually pretty good as well. The second one sucked ass. Taking of Deborah Logan was kind of weird, but good. And then Devil's Pass is about the Dyatlov Pass incident. That's a really good movie. It's more sci-fi-ish than horror, but still really, really good. Humanistic thrillers are probably my favorite kind of movie, period. I love humanistic thriller movies where like the bad guy is a person. So The Shining, obviously, Midsummer, Get Out, Wicker Man, the original, not the one with Nicolas Cage, Serpent in the Rainbow, Hacksaw Ridge, Doctor Sleep, The Menu, It Follows, Perfect Getaway. Those are all really good humanistic horror movies. Psycho, of course, would be on that list as well. I also really like gore movies. I don't know why. I just do. Hostel 2 is the best Hostel. If you're going to watch a Hostel movie, watch the second one. Evil Dead, all the Evil Deads are great. I really liked Evil Dead Rise. Could have been better. I had a lot of critiques of Evil Dead Rise, but still really, 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 really good. Green Inferno is really good, and you can't go wrong with classic Rob Zombie, gore films, House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, 31. 31 is actually a slept-on Rob Zombie movie. I'll tell you that. Stephen King novellas, 1922 is phenomenal. That's always on my top 10. In the Tall Grass is really good. I thought that was really nice. TV series, big fan of The Terror. I really liked that show a lot. Only the first season, though. All the Haunting shows, Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor, those were all really good. High Tension is a phenomenal French slasher movie. It's very hard to find. If you can find it, that one's really good. The Lodge, phenomenal psychological thriller, always on my top 10. House of Wax with Paris Hilton, surprisingly good. Hereditary, of course. Killing of a Sacred Deer. The Invitation. The Hunt. Nails. The Night Mirror is a really good documentary. So is Demon House. That's a really, really good documentary. So is Prodigy. And the Hellraiser remake that's on Hulu is always in my top 10 as well. Hills Have Eyes is okay. However, the original Hills Have Eyes I think is pretty gay. I'm a huge fan of the remakes of the Hills Have Eyes. Those are really, really good. Nightmare on Elm Street is okay. My favorite older horror franchise is Halloween. Michael Myers is the GOAT. You can't beat Michael Myers. He is the best. Jacob's Ladder is also a phenomenal movie. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So is The Machinist with Christian Bale. That's a really good one. The Lighthouse is okay. I didn't really like The Lighthouse that much, very much. I don't really know why. Annihilation is a phenomenal movie. The thing is, okay, the house that Jack built is really good, but the only reason that I like the house that Jack built is because it's like an allegory for Dante's Inferno. And I'm a Dante's Inferno fanatic, so that's the reason that I liked it. It's kind of a really slow, long movie. So it's a little bit hard to get through. It's pretty disturbing, but it's all right. The Vincent Price House of Wax is also iconic, but the remake with Paris Hilton was actually quite impressive. Quite impressive. What else you guys got on here? The Menu was really good. I did like that. Evil Dead is really good. The 2013 remake was actually very good as well. Mother is another good one with Jennifer Lawrence. The thing that I didn't like about Mother and the thing that I didn't like about the 2013 remake of Evil Dead is that they are too on the nose with their allegories. So Mother is an allegory for the creation of man. Mother is obviously Mother Earth. The guy that is never named is obviously God, and it's about how God allows humanity to run rampant and destroy Mother Earth, basically. So the allegories are like way too direct. You know, like the guy comes, he has like a big cut like on his ribs. The next day the woman shows up. That's the creation of Eve, right? The two sons come. One of the sons kills the other son. Cain and Abel. Like it's way too direct. And the same criticism for the 2013 Evil Dead remake is it's supposed to be an allegory for addiction, where you know you're killing this part of you to recover essentially, and how addiction hurts everyone around you. And again, it's a little bit too direct because the abomination is just, you know, it's a reflection of her, and she has to kill that part of herself in order to survive or whatever. And it shows, you know, how addiction tears apart, you know, friend groups and families and things like that. A little bit too direct in my opinion. I really didn't care much for that. Pet Sematary is good. The remake is ass. I did like The Taking of Deborah Logan. I think it's a pretty good found footage. I think found footage is very hard to do. Coming off of the back of Paranormal Activity, it's very hard to find a good found footage movie. So I try to give found footage horror a little bit of wiggle room. Let's see, where was I in here? A terrible horror movie, the best horror movie that I can recommend to you guys, and I recommend this every stream. Write this down, okay? Write this down. I don't know what this movie is streaming on. It used to be streaming on Netflix. It's not anymore. It's this movie right here. This movie is fucking hilarious. This movie is so fucking funny. I cannot recommend this movie enough. It's called Housebound. It's about this girl right here, and she's kind of like a delinquent. So the movie starts with her trying to rob or like take an ATM machine. Like they tie the, you know, like a chain around it, and they're trying to pull the ATM machine out or whatever. And they get stuck on a speed bump. They get caught. They get arrested. She is on house arrest, but she has to stay with her parents. And her mom is listening to all of these radio shows about ghosts and stuff like that. And she freaks herself out, and she's convinced that there's a ghost in the house. And so she's on house arrest, and she's at home with her mom. And then they both start seeing and hearing shit. This movie is, one, a good horror movie, and two, genuinely fucking hilarious. I cannot recommend this movie enough. It's called Housebound. It's so funny. It is so fucking funny. Great movie. What else we got in here, guys? Hang on. Labyrinth is really scary because there's gay people in it, yeah. Trick or Treat was okay. I didn't love it. Body horror, Contracted is a good body horror. It's about this girl that hooks up with this guy at a party, but he fucks dead bodies, and so she turns into like a zombie because she gets like a fucking dead bodies STD. That one was kind of scary. It Follows, I guess you could constitute as body horror. The Substance was actually really good. I really liked The Substance. That was really good. Tusk is a good body horror. Perfection is a good body horror. The Fly, the remake of The Fly, is actually a pretty good body horror. Those are good ones. Perfection is probably one of my favorite ones. Gremlins is good. I would say that, yes, supernatural horror is the horror that scares me the most. I'm not afraid of like humanistic horror. Humanistic horror is probably my favorite to watch, but it doesn't genuinely scare me. So I remember watching The Strangers when I was younger, and I was like, I don't really get what's scary about this. Like, you guys just post up in a room with a shotgun, and when they come in the shotgun, you fucking kill them because they're people. You can do something about people. you can do something about that. Supernatural horror is like tacitly terrifying to me because what the fuck do you do if there's a demon that's trying to kill you? What do you even do in that situation? Like, you know what I mean? You're like fucked. You're like totally fucked. You can't see it. It can do like all kinds of like supernatural mind fucky shit to you. Like that is scary to me. Supernatural entities are scary to me. People, not so much. Not so much. It's another human being. You can outsmart them. You can actually physically hurt them. It's not like Jason where, you know, you kill him and then he comes right back to life and then he gets you again. I think that being religious does make supernatural horror scarier to me. I would agree. Salem's Lot. The new Salem's Lot was ass. I was pissed about the new Salem's Lot. That made me really mad. I was like, I wasted like a fucking ton of my life on that. I did not like Cabin in the Woods. I did not like it.
Malcolm has all the IQ of a baked potato, so no, I don't think so.
Put my bloody Valentina up there.
My Bloody Valentine is okay. It's okay. It's pretty
Malcolm
mid
has all the
slasher for me.
IQ of a baked potato, so no, I don't think so.
There's a British analogy series callet agost tori for Christmas that runs a very yeah. There's some absolute classics in there. You might like.
Thank you very much for the recommendation. I will add that to my list. Double Witness, guys. Okay. Sorry, let me catch up on here. Sinister is probably one of the best horror movies to come out of like this era. Sinister is truly one of the best horror movies to have been made in probably the last 20 years. I would say in the last 20 years, Dead Silence and Sinister are two of the most original and creative and genuinely scary movies that have come out in the last like 20 years, I would say. That and Talk to Me and Hereditary. They are phenomenal, especially for the time that they came out. Very, 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 very good. Very good. I have seen Tourist Trap. It was okay. It was all right. The other one, I just had another one that was on that I was thinking of that I can't think of anymore. There was another one that I was going to say. It'll come back to me. Aniani, no. I haven't seen that one. It Follows is okay for what it is. I haven't seen Stepsister, but I have seen Stepfather. That was a pretty good movie. I also like The Uninvited. I think that was like 2006 or 2007. That's another good one. I don't really care for Cosmic Horror, I gotta be totally honest. It's in the Discord, it's in the horror chat. It's the first message in the horror chat. There's more there. I've been talking about more that's on than what I'm saying. Oh, Oculus is another really good movie as well. Anything that Mike Flanagan makes is phenomenal. The Empty Man is also very good. I had to watch that a few times to get it, but Empty Man is really good as well if you can find that on anything. The new Nosferatu I did not care for. It insists upon itself. I haven't seen Weapons yet. That's on my list. Yeah, the pettiness of the curse is insane in Dead Silence. And I think the thing that scares me the most in horror movies is like when you actually see the thing, like whatever it is, you know, like I guess like Paranormal Activity didn't really bother me that much because you never see the demon. It's like actually seeing it is like what is jarring to me, especially if the thing or like the bad thing in the movie or whatever is actually genuinely fucking terrifying to look at. Dead Silence, that bitch is fucking scary. I would like freak the fuck out if I saw a creepy fucking, you know, decomposing old lady that was made into a giant doll. I would crash the fuck out. I would die immediately from having a fucking stroke. That would scare the fucking daylights out of me. I would be dead. I would be dead. I would be scared to death, literally seeing that. So movies that have really good, like, visual practical effects, and you see what the thing is, and the thing is actually fucking scary, those are the scariest movies to me. Dead Silence got me really good. In Bring Her Back, when you see the thing in the reflection, that freaked the fuck out of me. Possession movies, when the possessed people look really fucking deranged, that scares the shit out of me. I remember seeing the original Exorcist when I was very young, and when she is sitting there, like the first time that you see her when she's possessed and she's all fucking gross, that ruined my life. That ruined my life. I saw that bitch's face everywhere. That scared the shit out of me. If you see the thing, if you actually see the thing, that scares the shit out of me. That's the thing that actually scares me. Gerald's Game was okay. I wasn't very psychologically thrilled by Gerald's Game, I gotta be totally honest. I wasn't psychologically thrilled as much as I should have been psychologically thrilled. Didn't care for Sinners. I don't like vampire movies. I think vampire movies are gay. The only vampire movie that I really genuinely liked was Daybreakers. That was actually pretty good. But I don't really care for Last Night with the Devil. I don't know if I've seen that. Some M. Night Shyamalan movies are actually pretty good too. Devil was really cool. It was a really cool concept. It kind of sucked, but it was a pretty cool concept. Yeah, not seeing the monster in Blair Witch does make it kind of creepy, but anytime that you see those fuckers and they're scary looking, I don't like that at all. That freaks me the fuck out. Like in Lake Mungo, when you see like her in the background and they get closer and closer and then it just like pops up and it's like her all fucking gross and shit. I was like, oh my god, no! I could have lived my entire life without seeing that. Scared the shit out of me. The other one that got me really bad was the new Conjuring Last Rites fucking sucks, by the way. Don't go and see it. Don't waste your money. But there's like a part in there where she's like in a room trying on wedding dresses and it's like the mirrors, where it's like the mirrors like layer. Like if you put two mirrors next to each other and it creates like a tunnel of mirrors and she's in there and then there's like a jump scare where the fucking creepy lady is like right there. And I was like, ah! Like I almost died. I almost passed away out of fright. Not even the fact that it was a jump scare. It's just those bitches they make them look so fucking scary. And I'm like, please stop. Please, you guys are scaring me. You guys, I'm scared. The Village is one of my favorite movies. I love The Village. I can still recite the script of that movie. I've seen it so many times. I can recite the script of that movie. Phenomenal movie. Phenomenal movie. It's very good. No, I haven't seen the new. I normally don't go and see movies in theaters. I avoid movie theaters. It's too expensive and it sucks. I don't like it. I don't like going to see movies in theaters. Velvet Buzzsaw is another good body horror movie, I think. Velvet Buzzsaw was good, now that I'm thinking about it off the top of my head. Yeah, that's pretty much my spiel. That's pretty much all of my favorite horror movies. Those are all really good ones. I also love a good shark horror movie, but they're very hard to find. It's very hard to find good shark movies. Jaws is the GOAT. You can't really beat Jaws. Deep Blue Sea was okay. The Shallows sucked. 47 Meters Down sucked. 47 Meters Uncaged was a little bit better. The Shallows sucked. Blue Demon sucked. What was the other one where it's like the oil rig in Mexico? Black Demon, I think it was. That one sucked. Shark movies they're very hard to do. I love a good shark movie. I think the only ones that I really like are 47 Meters Down Uncaged, Jaws, obviously, and occasionally Deep Blue Sea. Occasionally Deep Blue Sea. The Meg also fucking sucked. I really liked 47 Meters Down Uncaged. I like that one better. Cocaine Shark, obviously, yeah. Or Sharknado. Those also fuck really hard. Oh. Also the one that they put on Netflix where it's the shark in the catacombs under Paris. That fucking sucked. That was a waste of time. Hated that. Soul Surfer is the best shark horror movie, I agree. Because fucking Anna Sophia Robb is in it. Okay, I'm gonna go get more coffee and go piss girl. I'll be right back. Enjoy your RuneScape, guys. Like the video. Everybody behave. Shark Night was okay. It was kind of creative, but alright. Alright, enjoy your RuneScape. I'll be right back. Everybody like the video, or I'll krill myself. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. I hear that this guy has a Saw review. I want to do that. I want to do the Saw review. I want to do the Saw review. I want to do that. Where's the link? I want to see what this guy has to say about Saw. Because you guys know how much I love Saw. Saw is great. I can't believe I didn't include Saw. Obviously, Saw is the best. Obviously, Saw is the best, guys. Obviously, Saw is the best. Crimson Peak is also really good as well. Good point. Crimson Peak is great. Favorite Saw trap? Definitely the rack. Or the angel wings. Yeah, this is an old video. This is from 12 years ago, so let's see. I have a lot of opinions on Saw, but I love Saw. Great franchise. Let's see.
Saw franchise is one of the most iconic yet hilarious franchises of all
Hilarious franchises. I'm already gonna hate this. Hang on. This is rather quiet.
time.
Absolutely.
Of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time.
But what made
Of
it so
all time.
successful despite the increasingly poor reception? And where did it go wrong? Like all great stories, we must start at the beginning. James Wan and Leigh Whannell wanted to make a movie, but they didn't even have $1 million. So what better way to make a low-budget movie than to keep most of it in one room?
The whole concept of the film was born out of the fact that they had no money. We can't have them leave the room, so we have to chain them somehow to the wall. And then they asked themselves the question, well, why are they chained there?
Somehow it just managed to work. I mean, it's not flawless, but it's a horror classic. They made a cross between Cube and Seven, and it was awesome. And the film was so successful, it spawned 6 sequels and
Cube was interesting. Cube was a very interesting film. I didn't like that movie very much, though. It was interesting, I guess.
Video games.
The fact that they've been so true to those concepts, I think, is going to strengthen the game, and the kids are going to really enjoy it.
Now, I'm sure I don't really need to explain to you what Saw is. Jigsaw killer kidnaps some people and then kills them, but doesn't really kill them because he's making them kill themselves in a different way. And it's also they learn to appreciate life a bit more. Yeah, you weren't appreciating your life hard enough, asshole. It's a clever and tightly knit story where the characters actually have character. And for the budget, the filmmaking was actually pretty impressive, despite the fact that James and Lee moved on to make a bunch of bullshit. Although I really like this movie, I'm still left with quite a few questions. The movie opens up with Adam waking up in a bathtub, but he looks like he's been unconscious for a while. It's not like the water's rippling or anything. Why is he alive? He wasn't hooked up to oxygen. Okay, raise your hand if you're going to argue that Jigsaw dropped him in the bathtub like 2 seconds before the movie started. Okay, now listen to this.
Who's that?
No point yet.
Okay, now slap yourself in the face. When would Dr. Gordon have tried yelling? Seems like he's been awake a lot longer than Adam. What if he drowned? I mean, Dr. Gordon's objective was to kill Adam, so would Jigsaw just be like, okay, you win? Seems like it's leaving a lot up to chance. But all of Jigsaw's game go over perfectly despite the ridiculous amount of variables. So what about the poison in the blood? Would that mean that Jigsaw's just breathing in a bunch of poison the whole movie? Wasn't the plan to kill Adam that way by making—
There isn't actually poison in the blood, you fucking idiot. That's the whole point, is that there's not actually poison in the blood. Dumb fuck. Because it's Jigsaw the whole time. It's Jigsaw the whole time. There's not poison in the blood.
Him inhale it? This movie certainly isn't as flawed as the later Saw films. In fact, the only other issues I have with it are in terms of delivery.
I know it's you son of a bitch!
Yeah, the acting in the first Saw didn't age very well, but it's still good for what it is, especially for the time.
Holly?
But one of the biggest reasons why this works as a standalone film is that it leaves a lot up to the imagination. But of course, if you make a film and leave a lot of unanswered questions, that means it's open for a sequel.
James never intended for there to be sequels.
Right.
But it's funny though.
1 year after the release of Saw 1 and Saw 2 is already out in theaters, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. But I guess what makes it a Saw movie is that it's low budget and shot within a short amount of time. And although they stayed true to the first film, this is the one that redefined it as a series. Now it's just torture porn.
We're not really into, gizzards spilling out of, somebody's stomach or heads being cut off.
Despite the sequels of Saw.
And like all huge horror franchises, the films became less about the victims and more about the villain. Jigsaw was on his way to becoming a horror icon, and boy were they lucky to cast Tobin Bell as—
That's like, yes, if you're gonna make a horror franchise, the staple of the film is certainly about the antagonist, no. And the other thing that's important to be mindful of as well is that the way that Saw is made and the way that the franchise works is that the victims are actually really important. That's why Dr. Gordon is used throughout the series to do a lot of the elaborate medical things throughout the movie series, where you're like, Jigsaw could not possibly do this. It's because it was Dr. Gordon the whole time. Amanda being an apprentice, Detective Hoffman being an apprentice, the conflict between Detective Hoffman and Detective Strom, the FBI agents being involved, Rig being the last of the entire detective team that's left alive, and Eric being missing and him going to find him. Like, obviously, this is from 12 years ago. I don't know if all the movies were out at this time or not. I don't think they were, but the people in the plot in the Saw franchise absolutely do drive the plot, and there is a lot of emphasis on the victims as well, because they essentially, are the ones that are becoming like apprentices and shit. And even if you go all the way to Saw 2, the entire point of Saw 2 is that this is like a punishment for Detective Matthews. That's why his son is in the trap. This is like a punishment for him. It's his game. Same thing with Saw 3. It's about the dad and him learning to overcome vengeance. Saw 4 is specifically about Rig learning the lessons that his colleagues did not learn. Saw 5 is explicitly about, a criticism of capitalism. And it's a criticism of all of these people that willingly participated in, the passive murder of 8 people for money, for profit, and all covering for each other. Like, yes, the characters are actually really pertinent to the plot, but okay.
Jigsaw in the first movie, because as the films go on, it becomes increasingly apparent that he was carrying the whole series.
We might as well just insert Tobin Bell dialogue here, because he's going to write it himself anyways, and that what I come up with that we think is pretty good. He's like, well, it's a good try, Mark, but my character wouldn't do that. My character would be like, oh, like, wow, Tobin, you're right, that is better.
In Saw 4, there's a trap that wasn't working properly mechanically, and I had an idea on how we should change it, and so we changed it, and it worked much better, and it worked better dramatically.
Tobin was a guy laying face down for 7 days. He just laid in that pool of blood. It was never like, oh, I gotta lay here. It was like, that's what I gotta do. I lay in the pool of blood.
Despite what it created, this is actually my least favorite of the Saw movies. It's not nearly as intelligent as the original, and it's not quite stupid enough to be funny yet, although with the amount of variables in this game, it does make it quite a bit more ridiculous. Like, Jigsaw was really banking on that kid to make it out alive, otherwise the cops game wouldn't have worked at all. Not to mention—
Well, the reason that he makes it out alive is because he doesn't have the poison in his system. Everybody else, except for him and Amanda, has been poisoned. So, and Amanda is there specifically to make sure that he makes it to the end. Which is why she guides all of them to the traps. Which is why, it is like Did we even watch the movies?
And he spent the majority of the movie in police custody. If someone just followed the two when they left, then he'd be fucked. But at least we get to learn that Jigsaw is a master troll, because all that Donnie Wahlberg had to do was just sit there and wait. He would have gotten his kid back and everything. That's all he had to do. And now it turns out that Amanda was part of the Jigsaw crew before this movie even started. Gotta have a twist, right?
The difficulty with Saw 2 was, what do we do now? What's our new version of the guy getting up off the floor? We spent a lot of time trying to come up with new surprises.
Well, and then this is also like a hallmark of the Saw franchise is that at the end, there's always like, oh fuck, if we just did this, we would have been fine. If we actually like listened or we actually worked together or whatever, like Saw 2, it was like, that's like the thing is like you watch it and you're like, all you had to do was this thing and you couldn't do it, dumb fuck. It's like when you watch Survivor at home, you're like, just make the fire, idiot. How hard is that? But like the girl that puts her hands up into the razors and tries to pull them down, you can see that if she put in one arm, she could have lifted them and got her arm out, but she didn't because she was not feeling well and stupid and just like rushing to get the antidote or whatever. In the third one, you can very clearly see that if he had listened to, you know, the forgiveness, like, can you learn how to forgive people? His wife wouldn't have died. And he also wouldn't have died. In the fourth one, if Rig would have listened in every like the first one, the girl that's getting her hair pulled off, he told Rig, don't save her. He saves her, and then she tries to kill him. He tells him, you know, you have to, like, listening ears on, Detective Rig, and he still opens the door before the timer goes off. In the fifth Saw, it was like, your natural instincts tell you to do one thing, I implore you to do the opposite. And at the end, it was like, why does this machine have 5 holes? And it's like, oh fuck, we were all supposed to survive. We weren't supposed to kill each other in each room. We were supposed to, like, work together in order to finish the trap. In Saw 6, it was, which one was 6? 6 was it wasn't even his game the entire time, and he would have, if he would have paid attention, he would have known that. Again, the longer that you watch the franchise, like, they deteriorate over time. Saw 7, Jigsaw, and what's the other one? Saw 7, Jigsaw, and then there was another one. I can't remember the other one. Those all suck. Saw X was okay, but they're not true to the franchise. They don't fit the lore or whatever. But like the purpose of all of it is that there's like a reveal at the end where they're like, oh fuck, or you know, like he literally is playing the tape. He sees Detective Hoffman. He pauses the tape. He gets shoved into the glass box, and then he plays the tape. And it's like, if you get in this box, you'll live. And then he's like, oh fuck, I should have gotten the box. Like that's like the whole fucking Spiral. Thank you, Spiral's the one that sucked. Yeah, it's like. That's like the point. The point is that there is, like, you're watching the movie and you're trying to figure out, like, is he gonna fuck it up? What's gonna happen if he does fuck it up? You know what I mean?
Game over.
I'll fucking kill you!
One Halloween later, and they've already pumped out another cash magnet. And like Saw 2, this one's directed by Darren Lynn Bousman.
Anyone can make a horror movie.
As soon as Darren Lynn Bousman stopped working on the Saw franchise, it went to shit. That's my hot take.
You just go down to the store and buy some pig innards and you'll catch up in blood.
So now that they've made that twist at the end of Saw 2, I guess they gotta develop on it a little. So they continue with Amanda as one of the main characters. But now her character's just becoming less believable. Like, it's already bad enough that we're supposed to believe that she's like, yeah, I'll just start killing people with you now. But now she's just annoying. I guess you don't really have to understand her character's motivations if you just pass her off as nuts. And although she did a great...
It's not... Okay. Amanda was somebody who was a career drug addict. She probably fried her fucking brain, scrambled them. She quite literally had to murder someone, cut a key out of their stomach, and then try to unlock it with, like, a face ripper on, essentially. Obviously, she's a little fucked in the head. Would you not be fucked in the head after that? Would you not be, like, totally fucked up after that? I think that I would need, like, dozens of years of therapy if I had to kill someone to get a face ripper off of my own fucking face. Yeah, I think I'd be pretty fucked up from that too.
Great job selling the most iconic scene from the first movie. Now that her character's completely changed, I don't think she does that good of a job playing it anymore.
And it's not about her character changing, it's about her becoming, like, nihilistic about the teachings of Jigsaw. She believes, like, at first she believed in Jigsaw's, like, message that this is a rehabilitation for people who don't appreciate their life. And then as soon as she falls back into her spiral of not appreciating her life, she starts to doubt the message. And that's why she becomes jaded. And then in the later films, it's revealed that the reason that she does all of this is because Detective Hoffman is aware that Amanda is actually responsible for the loss of Jigsaw's child. So we're missing so much. We're missing so much.
It's like a game of tennis. So the better your opponent, the better you're going to play.
She definitely works a lot better as a fragile drug addict than an intimidating villain.
Game over.
But we made it as a twist, so we're doing it anyway. As for the movie itself, I appreciate the fact that they've become a bit more fan-conscious. Like, they kind of just make fun of the first movie by having Donnie Wahlberg escape the chain by breaking his foot. But as for the plot, it's kind of dumb. And Jigsaw's morality lessons are getting kind of questionable. Like, the main game is for some guy who lost his son to a drunk driver, and apparently he wasn't handling it well enough. So what, did Jigsaw just read the news and be like, oh, some kid just died, I better check up on his dad to make sure he's appreciating his life. Looks like he could use some counseling, I'll just kidnap his daughter. So each of the traps have to deal with whether or not he decides to save people that were responsible. So he has to save a girl from freezing
It's because his wife was the doctor that he needed to keep him alive.
to death in a meat locker.
A girl is strung up in a meat locker.
Yeah.
It's a cold meat locker.
Yeah.
Randomly, at random intervals, ice cold water is being sprayed on her until she freezes to death into a block of ice. Which film?
6.
3.
But how long has she been hanging there? What if the dude just woke up a little bit later? Would she already be dead? Jigsaw and Amanda have kind of been occupied. You know, if you just rolled up your shirt and put it on your face, you wouldn't even be hurt trying to save her. But he turns around 2 seconds later and she's already a full block of ice. Oops. He does manage to save one guy, but then he just dies for no reason in the next trap that he's not even a part of. Okay, you guys should have just all been out of the way and tied your shirt to the key and crouched down, and it would be fine. And in the midst of this, they've kidnapped a surgeon so she can perform brain surgery on Jigsaw. They show some scenes of Amanda and Jigsaw setting up the game for Saw 1, but they don't show Dr. Gordon, probably because he was busy suing them. So by the end of this, Jigsaw's plan just happens to work itself out. Again, like he knew that the judge was gonna die for no reason. He knew that Amanda wouldn't let the surgeon go for no reason so that this guy could come and then accidentally kill his wife. He pretty much
That's
knew
like the whole point. In Saw 2, he explicitly says if you're good at predicting human behavior, nothing is left to chance. He actually exactly says that. He says that verbatim. He quite literally says, if you're good at predicting human behavior, nothing is left to chance. And you can even say, like, you can see it. He obviously figures out that people are stupid enough to do this. Because, like, think about it. You wake up in a dark room. You're scared. You're like, what the fuck is going on? There's like a fucking Iron Maiden coffin strapped to your face. Are you really going to think through what's happening? Or are you going to freak the fuck out? Like...
knew everything, and he dies at the end of the movie. What a conclusive trilogy.
If it's Halloween, it must be Saw.
Oh, so there's no excuse. All the movies were out. Okay.
It's Halloween of 2007 and Saw 4 comes out. It seems like a lot of films don't like attaching the number 4 in the title because people would be turned off by it, but Saw wears this as a badge of honor. So where's the plot gonna go from here now that Jigsaw's dead? During the last movie, Jigsaw just put a bunch of wax on a tape and then swallowed it, which confirms my suspicions that he knew that everything was gonna happen. Yeah, he planned for himself to die right.
Well, yeah, obviously he picks this guy who's like a vengeful, evil, like hateful person who like can't stop drinking and punishes everyone around him because of his incessant need for vengeance. Of course he knew that he was going to kill him after everything that he did. That was like the whole point. He puts him through all this suffering, all this hell. He makes him kill several people, and then he has his daughter kidnapped, and he gives him the option to say, like, do you forgive me for doing this to you? After he literally could not forgive the dude that accidentally killed his son. Obviously, yeah, he was going to fucking kill him. Duh. What?
Then and there. There's no variables. Jigsaw's an omniscient god.
Is there a supernatural side to the character?
Must have been really hard to swallow, but he pulled it off. And the gist of what the tape says is, haha, I'm dead, but I'm still gonna be doing shit. So we see the first trap. One dude has his eyes sewn and the other has his mouth sewn. And for some reason, the dude who wakes up in the room blind automatically assumes that the muffled screaming he hears must be his attacker. Too bad you're dead. So we start off the main plot with a few protagonists left from the first films, and even then they only made small appearances. But you gotta work with something. And this guy irresponsibly runs through the door to try and save his partner, but she's already dead. And now he's Jigsaw's next victim for the main game. So what's his life lesson?
With your survival game, your obsessions, you wanted to save everyone.
Yeah, you want to save everybody. What does this have to do with appreciating life? Come on, Jigsaw. Why do they even still pretend that Jigsaw
It's because he wasted his life trying to do this. He's neglecting his wife. That's like the first like 20 minutes of the movie is that his wife is like, "Kid, I'm leaving because you literally will not stop obsessing over this Jigsaw shit. Like, I'm going to stay with my sister." It's literally like ruining his life. Like his obsession with trying to catch Jigsaw is ruining his life. Yes. Yes, that's kind of yes.
As morals.
I think it is like the dichotomy of good versus evil. You know, he does these evil things, but yet his heart is really good.
Anyway, we learn that Donnie Wahlberg is still alive, and now he has to go save him, and also battle his obsession to save people.
Their lives hang in the balance of your obsession. Will you learn how to let go and truly save them?
What the fuck? And the B story is just a bunch of conversations with unfamiliar characters, so they decide to show Jigsaw's wife, and this woman cannot act for shit. All of the other actors in the Saw franchise have been pretty decent, even a lot of the small appearances in the traps. So how does a woman like this get into one of the lead roles and play an important character?
Were you a fan of the franchise before you even signed on?
I'm not a horror fan, but, you know, my friends were the producers, and yeah, I was definitely very excited for them.
Oh, you're a fan of the producers beforehand? How do you know them?
Well, I was engaged to Mark Berg. Yeah. So.
That would do it.
Yeah.
So Officer Rick has to save this woman because Jigsaw put her in a trap. She's a prostitute. She deserves to die. But Darren Lynn Bousman keeps interrupting the scene with awkward scene transitions. Okay, what was so important that you had to interrupt this scene for? Oh, you got a match on the fingerprints.
Did you check this?
Twice.
Cool, well, I guess we can get back to that scene now. You know, we already wasted 5 bullets. You think you could have just shot through her ponytail? He finally frees her anyway, and then, oh no, she's trying to kill him. This scene is so exciting. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Okay, so I hate this guy. So apparently this guy is into like lolicon and shit like that. So let's find more reasons to hate this guy. I am really very, very frustrated with the people that that attack my special interests. As I said before, it will be the worst day of my life when any of these dipshits like Lily Orchard cover anything that I actually give a fuck about. I will crash out. I will crash out. Thank God. I thank God every day that Lily Orchard does not like the same media that I do. Otherwise, I think that I would die. I would also like to call attention, you guys, really quickly, that there are 151 people here right now, and there are only 94 likes on the stream. That is completely unacceptable. Unless you have no hands, no thumbs, no toes, no fingers, nothing. There's no excuse for you not to like the stream. That's completely unacceptable. So make sure you do that. That's free. You can always buy a super chat or gift a super chat if you hate free things. If you love free things, you can always join the Discord. And you can also check out my merch if you so desire. Okay, so there's like lolicon animal kind of shit here. I think it's this one first. So this one is called Idiot Influencers. Your movie sucks. And right off the bat, I completely agree. This guy is an idiot. He has the media literacy of a squash. So let's see.
Welcome back to Idiot Influencers. Today we'll be covering a beloved movie reviewer here on YouTube named Adam Johnston, aka Your Movie Sucks. I used to be a fan of YMS up until a few years ago, and recently,
dude, this guy's literally Lord Farquaad. This is awesome.
I've decided to look into his now forgotten controversies, ones that he successfully turned into running gags within his content. But the more I've delved into them, the more degenerate and twisted Adam truly seems to be. I'm not really going to be focusing on his movie reviews themselves, as many of those controversies are small and overall insignificant, though a few are funny to me, like when he negatively reviewed the film Prince of Egypt because he's a hardcore Reddit atheist who hates all things Christianity.
Prince of Egypt is a phenomenal movie, even if you're an atheist. It's beautifully done. It is a beautiful piece of art. It's a phenomenal movie. Some of the most advanced, animation techniques at the time were used for Prince of Egypt. It's a wonderful story, and it's a physically beautiful movie to watch as well. Okay, so this guy's dumb. We should kick him in the head.
There's also drama involving him and his former roommate and editor, Mark. Mark kept making excuses for why he couldn't get work done, leading to Adam having mental breakdowns over the stress of it all. Around 2017, he became more open about the fact that he's a furry, or a fur fag, as he likes to call it.
Oh.
I can't really call this common knowledge, but anyway, I'm not joking. I'm a gigantic fur fag. I go to the conventions. I masturbate to furry.
What? Ah! Dude, you couldn't waterboard this information out of me. Why is everybody so excited all the time to talk about, like, the fucking gross shit? All the fucking gross shit that you're into. Why can't you just keep that to yourself? Why can't you just keep that to yourself? I don't understand.
Pornography or whatever.
Okay.
And so just the fact that I can't even get a boner without thinking of half animal, half human cartoon, that's pretty fucking weird on its own. So I mean,
is this a joke? Or are you?
It's not a joke.
Like,
I know that my sarcastic voice sounds exactly like my serious voice. When I say I'm a fur fag, I'm not even just referencing the joke of what people call furries. I mean, like, I'm super fucking gay too.
Oh,
and I know my voice.
then.
Yeah, well.
Oh my god, and he's gay. Dude, double homicide.
I don't even know what Swat Cats was.
Please leave.
Adam claims he's sexually attracted to male furries, and has a history of going to furry conventions. In fact, his iconic profile picture is a cropped image of him next to whatever the fuck this is.
God. Oh. You guys are so gross! Oh my god. Please.
This was taken at Rainforest 2012, and if that name sounds familiar, you've most likely seen this internet historian video. Rainforest became infamous after its 2015 convention due to the degeneracy of all the attendees. Multiple sexual assaults were reported, furries were illegally hotboxing in their rooms, a flood was started due to someone—
Dude, these bitches are crazy. These bitches are crazy. Dude, I can't believe how many people are like fucking raped at furry conventions and shit. This is crazy. This is insane.
Malcolm has all the IQ of a baked potato, so no, I don't think so.
Brody interview going bo. Really? Wa. Ukai is my spirit animal.
Oh. Oh, interesting you say that. Thanks, Bard, for the 5. Everybody witness, guys. Unbelievable.
loosening a toilet's bolts. 2,000 nitrous oxide canisters were found in the stairwell.
Oh, they're all doing whippets! Holy shit, you guys, if you're gonna do drugs, I can't stop you. Do drugs responsibly and never fucking do whippets, dude. You're high for like 20 seconds and it just kills your brain cells. You lose like 30 brain cells every time that you do whippets, and you're high for like 20 seconds. If you guys are going to do anything, please do not do whippets.
And used diapers were being left on people's cars. Adam went to Rainforest 2015, claiming that none of that actually happened. He quickly corrects himself by saying it did happen, but it was all done by a small minority of people.
What people don't realize is that like a lot of the shit that people think the convention got banned for is not what it actually got banned for. Half of the shit that appeared online, the like, ooh, people were leaving diapers in the stairwells and diapers on cars and shit, like that didn't actually happen, and it was just one guy. It was literally, you can trace it back to one Twitter account.
Either way, all future Rainforest conventions were canceled.
So what you're saying is there were shitty diapers left on people's cars. Okay, cool.
Due to these incidents. In 2022, Adam would show off his persona, a feminine
This is what Not So Erudite sees in her nightmares.
horse. Vosh is popping an insane boner right now. He
Hell
posts a
yeah.
series of photos in this suit, along with porn where he's having sex with big black bulls. I'm obviously not going to show any of this. What I will show you is this infamous tweet from April 2018. It reads, "To all of the people out there that think illustrated and or fictional porn depicting illegal activity should be illegal, why do you not apply the same logic to films and literature depicting acts of murder? I don't see how it's different from an ethical standpoint. It's purposely vague, but it's clear to me and many others that this is a defense of lolicon and shotacon. If you don't know what that is, it's sexual drawings of children. If this sounds like a reach, a lot of the top comments are making defenses of this stuff, and it becomes clear once additional context is added. Only a few days earlier, a massive drama erupted on furry Twitter due to someone named Tacklebox being exposed for allegedly enjoying cub porn. Most furries called this out, but I guess Adam had a vague post.
All of these people should be locked away from polite society, bro. Please, dude. I fucking can't. I fucking can't. I literally cannot. I literally cannot handle this, dude. I'm gonna crash the fuck out. I don't want to share a planet with these people. I don't want to share a planet with these people. I don't want to do it.
Malcolm has all the IQ of a baked potato, so no, I don't think so.
Isai dices on a person. Deo not tell me about your XX life. Ideo not consent.
There's no reason I should ever know this about anyone. I don't need to know your proclivities. Thank you, Biolonic, for the $4.99 witness, guys. I'm not even asexual, but I don't want to know that you like to dress up like a dog. I don't want to hear that.
Downplaying what happened here. Seeing that Adam is very well connected to the furry community, it can't be a coincidence that this is what he's responding to. And if you still think this is a stretch, Adam was on stream with Mark defending the idea of drawn CP, saying it should be legal.
Should animated child porn be legal? Yes, it should be. You shouldn't be able to go to jail for drawing something, even if it's, like, disgusting and people...
What do you need it for?
Don't agree with it. Yeah, it's like... like, you can just not look at it if you don't like it.
Yeah, guys, just don't look at the Holocaust. Who cares? Turn off your brain to all the depraved things that go on in the world. The two biggest arguments against like the consumption, production, ownership, any of that stuff of this kind of illicit material, drawn or otherwise, the two big concerns is one, it is used to groom children, because people that are trying to groom children are usually using drawn depictions, usually of like their favorite cartoon characters and shit like that, to normalize the sexual engagements that are inappropriate with adults. That's the number one reason it's bad. The second reason that it's bad is because certain paraphilias or sexual disorders, they don't always stay fantasies. And so when you continually rewire your neural pathways to reward this behavior, it becomes intrinsic pleasure-seeking behavior that I would say comfortably a decent amount of the time escalates into actually engaging in this. For a lot of people, fantasy can stay fantasy. For your average person, you can play Call of Duty and then like not join the military and kill people. But the problem is with certain material and certain kinds of engagement with things, it amplifies those fantasies, and after a while, those fantasies don't become enough. Especially when we're talking about things like pornography consumption, because there is in fact a correlation between, you know, consuming aggressive and violent pornography and violent sexual behavior in relationships. There is a correlation between these two things. So if you are continually indulging in this kind of material, you are rewarding yourself for engaging in this material, which can and often does escalate into seeking bigger hits of dopamine. So, yeah, awa, I suppose. Yellow. It's me. Hi.
Luigi, I'm home! Here we go. Sorry, it takes me a while to connect.
It is all good. What is popping?
So, they were talking about earlier about how YMS was gay and a furry. So he did a AMA on Reddit in 2014 talking about how he was repressed for a really long time, and I actually found that comment, so I wanted to read it for you.
Do it.
The person asked, "What was it like growing up gay, furry, etc. for you?" And he responded, "It was really fucked up having a sex drive before having an outlet. I didn't even know what I was attracted to for the longest time. I had realized I was into anthro stuff before I had realized I was gay. It was much easier to publicly admit to being gay than it was to being a furry, though.
True.
For a long time, I'd promised myself that I'd commit suicide as soon as anyone ever found out. I had repressed that part of myself for 2 years, lost a lot of weight, got addicted to pills and cocaine, got pretty depressed, etc. Eventually, I decided I couldn't repress that part of myself any longer and worked up the courage to tell my closest friends / bandmates about it. They seemed fine at first, but it played a large part in me being ditched by them. I have had difficulty with relationships because of it, and there's a poetic sense of irony to feel like such an outcast within a group of outcasts. Overall, it kind of sucks, but I can deal with it." And he has been on the record multiple times saying that because he had repressed his needs to be a furry and being gay, that he got addicted to both meth and cocaine.
That's
So
quite a
that
combination.
tells you a lot about this guy. And I'll put this in stream topics for you to look at your leisure as well.
Hell yeah. Thank you very much for the lore.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's all I'm here for.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. That's terrible, but thanks for letting me know.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Peace and blessings.
Mhm.
Meth and coke. That's quite a lot, dude. That's quite a lot. Meth and coke? Okay. All right. That's insane. That's insane. Okay. Meth and coke. Double homicide, I guess. That's a really good way, I guess, to have a heart attack and die. I don't know. It's really important, again, you guys. Harm reduction is a really important principle. It's a really important virtue, okay? Obviously, if you guys want to party, again, I can't stop you. I cannot do that. However, don't mix things, okay? Don't mix different substances, especially things like multiple different things that are going to increase your risk for a cardiac event. So, like, if you're like, there's little charts that you can find online. And you know, it's like a little chart and it has substances and if you can mix them or not. Please always consult those, okay? If you are going to party responsibly, okay? Anytime that you're mixing an upper and an upper, you drastically increase your risk for a cardiac event. And anytime that you're like mixing downers and downers, you are risking respiratory failure and death, okay? It is very important to not mix these things together. Like a lot of people will like to do, like, poppers are big at raves. I don't pretend to know why. I know that's like a gay people thing. It's stolen valor. I completely understand. A lot of people will do poppers and like Molly. That's very dangerous. That is very, very dangerous. A lot of people will also do Molly and Coke. Very, very dangerous. Okay. If you guys are going to mix substances, you need to make sure that it is safe for you to mix those substances together. Okay. So like, even alcohol and cocaine is incredibly dangerous. Alcohol and cocaine, obviously, like peanut butter and jelly, right? Like they go together like, cheese and wine. I totally understand that. When alcohol and cocaine are mixed in your system, it creates its own unique drug that is much more potent and is much more dangerous, okay? You just need to be aware of the risks that are associated with these things. Everybody, it's fine. I don't judge. Everybody wants to have a good time. I totally understand. Have a good time safely, okay? Never a downer and a downer, and never an upper and an upper. Uppers and downers, okay. Uppers and uppers, no. Downers and downers, no. Okay, that's very, very, very important, all right? Very, very important.
Malcolm has all the IQ of a baked potato, so no, I don't think so.
In relation to what you said, Malcolm, you may not be able to control what excites you, but you can control what you indulge in.
Very much so. Thank you, Biolonic, for the $4.99. Everybody witness, please. The thing is, as well, is that it really frustrates me because a lot of people will use these arguments for, like, gay people, where, it's fine that you're attracted to other men, but you can choose not to engage sexually with other men. And I would argue, again, that there are taboos and mores around certain kinds of proclivities, paraphilias, and fetishes. Some for good reason, some for not. Obviously, like if somebody's into like feet or something, does that give me the ick? Absolutely. Is there anything like morally wrong with liking feet? Not particularly. I would say so, but you know what I mean? When the ire or the target of your sexual desire is something that cannot consent, something that is like an animal, a child, things like that, that is where it traverses into this area of calling into question your moral character. Because what about that is attractive to you? And that's where that restraint is really important. Because realistically, I'm sure that there are plenty of people that have like these kinds of like feelings or thoughts or whatever, but by not indulging in it, they're aware that it's wrong and therefore they don't, right? I don't like when they compare this to like gay people or like, generic fetishes, like, you like getting whipped or whatever. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Okay. This is very unholy. I'm so sorry. But like there is a difference between like something that two consenting adults do together, and then something that reinforces or satiates a sexual desire, paraphilia, or a fetish where the target of that sexual desire is something that cannot consent. I think that is something that is morally questionable. And I would be like, I guess the question is, if somebody was into feet, would you let that person like come and hang out with you and your family? Me, no. But like there's nothing inherently wrong with liking feet. I just think it's gross. But if somebody was like into dogs and they were like, I think dogs are super fucking hot, I certainly would not let them in my house around my dog. If somebody was like into lolly and shota and shit like that, I certainly would not let them babysit for me. Right? Like this kind of is just like a simple bullshit test. And unfortunately, a lot of people fall short on that. So
no victim to drawing something.
Yeah, I love it when people think that like an actual baby's been harmed by drawing one. It's like, what?
Well, and the other problem too, as well, is that a lot of people will use real children as reference images when they draw this sick, deranged shit. Sophie LaBelle was one of those people that actually got caught using real images of children to draw her diaper for porn or whatever the fuck. So yes, there are children that are harmed in the creation of illicit goon material that is depicted, not actual, actual recordings or physical images of like real children. Real children are harmed because they are often used as reference images for a lot of this deranged, degenerate shit.
Are you like mental? I know that like people get uncomfortable, but like
yeah, exactly. We shouldn't
no
jail people for being uncomfortable.
This stream clip is currently unlisted. I wonder why. The only time I've seen this stuff get brought up significantly is when Turkey Tom briefly mentioned it.
And why is your name Turkey Tom, but you're not a turkey? Alright, if you really want to pull this off and brand it right, you'd be a fucking turkey.
In mid-2018, Tom made a now-lost video covering Digibro, where he made a slight jab against Adam. Adam clapped back with a really angry comment. I love how literally all it took was for me to comment, yup, on one of Digi's videos for you to basically go, hey, did you know that YMS also thinks that jerking it to a cartoon isn't the same as abusing children? He's a fur fag. Therefore, arguments that he supports are wrong. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. He then rants about Kiwi Farms, calling them out for doxing. However, I suspect that he's more mad at Kiwi Farms for documenting a really creepy habit of his. On another stream, Adam would defend bestiality, the sexual attraction to animals. He flat out says that people shouldn't go to jail for having sex with animals, seeing that as some form of bigotry.
If a state has animal abuse laws but not zoophilia bestiality laws, that means that if they have sex with an animal and it is determined that they were abusing the animal, sexually or not, if they...
Okay, well, just ask the dog. Just ask the dog. Bark once for yes, bark twice for no. Like, are you...